Hello and welcome to Africa 54. I'm Chamberlain Uso at Channels Television here in Lagos. I'm joined by my colleague at Voice of America in Washington.
Well, thanks. I'm Vincent McCory, filling in for Esther Ewart at our global headquarters in Washington, D.C. Happy to be with you again for another edition of Africa 54. We begin with the latest from Nigeria. Let's go back to Channels Television in Lagos for that.
The National Human Rights Commission has mandated its monitors to embark on regular visits to police detention facilities and correctional centers in the country to document cases of human rights violations. Speaking at a 3-day capacity building program in Yola, the Adamawa State capital, the Commission's Executive Secretary says such regular visits will ensure that international human rights standards are maintained. Channels Television's correspondent Freedom Haslon compiled the report.
Gathered in this hall, in Yola, the Adamawa State capital, are human rights monitors from Adamawa, Borno and Yobe states for a capacity building program organized by the National Human Rights Commission in collaboration with the United Nations High Commission for Refugees. The focus of the meeting is the need for regular visits to detention centers to check compliance with human rights standards. Participants laud the NHRC for initiating stronger action towards human rights protection.
It will help us in doing our work because it will expedite the whole process. There will be no hitches. Whatever we identify, whatever we are pursuing will be easier for us to get it done. Where issues of violations are concerned, the ball is already set in motion. So formerly we used to have hitches because of the delay in the administration of criminal justice, but now that the law has been passed, it will make our work easier and seamless.
If you look at the project from last year and this year, there's a slight difference in the project, and it's for better equipment of the monitors to be equipped in respect of protection of persons of concern through human rights monitoring, for them to have effective monitoring of persons of concern, to visit detention facility, to ensure that POCs are being allowed to move freely without any interruption or denial of them to free movement, because it's their right to free movement to ensure that they are being checked.
The head of UNHCR Yola Field Office says United Nations made it vital to have checks in place to combat human rights abuses in the country, especially in the northeast.
Peace, security and development, human rights constitutes one of the 3 pillars of the United Nations. Every government has an obligation to protect and promote the basic human rights of its citizens as expressed and guaranteed by law. Human rights law are contained in treaties, customary law, general principles, and national and international law.
The Executive Secretary of the Commission asked monitors to properly report a document.
As you're already aware, the insurgency and counter-insurgency operations have led to grave human rights and humanitarian issues, with millions of people displaced, livelihoods disrupted, human rights violated, with people in detention, living in the camps, or with host communities. To ameliorate the situation of the persons of concern, the Commission, in collaboration with the UNHCR, initiated the erstwhile IDP Protection Monitoring Project, which is now the Human Rights Monitoring Project, to monitor and document the human rights issues with a view to finding solutions to human rights challenges being faced by the population of concern, as well as promoting accountability for human rights violations.
There have been many allegations of human rights abuses in the nation's correctional centers. Events like this, to build capacity, will help stricter monitoring will be the icing on the cake.